Hello lovelies, it's Liz and I have anxiety. This is the fourth or fifth time recording this and I don't know what to say. But it's something I'm really running to talk about, so I'm gonna do it. I was gonna figure out the words to put in it. Yeah. So if that seems intriguing, keep on watching. I'm gonna pause right here real quick and just go ahead and let you know that this video is random. And it's everywhere. There's no certain order of me talking. And it's really short. I'm sorry. Okay, back to the program. So, I have anxiety, and that's a word that is very popular nowadays, especially in my generation. I'm 21, and it's like you hear that word all the time. Does that mean people are exaggerating? Yes, they can be. But it's actually very common. As I've said, I work at a daycare. One of the kids' parents is a counselor at the college in my town, and she said the amount of people my age that go in there and explain to them about their anxiety and everything is crazy. So I just wanted to talk about how it's affected me every day and just kind of be uplifting about it and know that you're not alone. I'm sorry I'm not looking straight at the camera. I'm trying to, because the other videos I weren't. It's just when I start talking about anxiety, it gives me anxiety. And yeah, so I guess I'll go back to when it all started for me. So when I was 13, I'm 21 now, so that was 8 years ago. It's a long time ago. My parents got a divorce, and that was a game changer for me. I went into depression and got anxiety along with that. I had anger issues, and that's a whole story in itself. I went through a lot. The first time I experienced anxiety, I realized it whenever I told myself no guy would ever love me because my own dad wouldn't. I love both my parents, don't get me wrong. Like, just in the moment when I was 13 and, you know, your dad leaves, it's kind of hard because I was a daddy's girl growing up. So it was really hard on me, and it hurt me that, like, I didn't have that perfect family and happy family that everybody wants. I'm good now. I love my dad. I love my mom. We're all, everything's happy dandy now. I'm actually very thankful for the divorce because it needed to be done and both my parents are happier. So, anyways, I noticed that's when I realized, like, okay, I have something wrong with me. I was very in denial with myself, saying I'm fine. I was that person that pushed it down and bottled it up and pretended it wasn't there. Wrong choice. Don't do that. If you ever feel like depressed, anxious, don't pretend it's not there. Go talk to somebody. Anybody. Me. All my socials are down below. Message me. I don't care. I will answer you. So then I turned 16 and went and got my permit. Woohoo! You know, riding test, super easy. Then I never drove. I would not drive after I got my permit. I would not drive to school. Like, I wouldn't ride back with my mom. Like, I'd make sure I made her drive. And then eventually I went to a therapist. I loved my therapist. She was so awesome. And that helped a lot with the depression. I'm good now. That's over with. But the anxiety never really went away, and it's definitely gotten worse. So, like, from examples of, like, it's really hard to describe anxiety to someone because it's different from everybody, but it's still all the same. If that makes sense. It's like, no matter the situation that's going on, something is in your mind saying how it could all go wrong. Like, it could be the happiest, sunniest, best day ever, but in the back of your head, something wrong is gonna happen. I start stuttering whenever. So, like, for example, when I was taking my permit and driving I'm not interested, because every time I got behind the wheel, the only words I would hear was, "Who are you gonna kill today?" As bad as that sounds and as horrible as that is, that's what was in my brain every time I got behind the wheel of a car. is who is going to die today, who am I going to kill today. Whether it be another car, whether it be me, the people in my car. It's different things. Like, I can't call people. I hate talking on the phone. I don't know why I can't talk. I'd rather email somebody or text somebody or message them, whatever. I do not want to talk to someone on the phone. Unless it's like a friend. But if it's like an important call, like to, let's say, like, well, even sometimes friends, if they call me and I'm just like, I won't answer the phone. But I don't like to, whether I'm out eating or doing something, I don't like to walk in front of a group of people by myself. If like I go to a buffet or something, I make someone else go up there with me to get food. I can't do that. Speech for me in high school and college. So my senior year, because through our high school, you have to take a oral comm class. I'm sure that's for most places. I pushed mine back so far because I did not want to take that class. But I ended up taking it my senior year, and I had to go in between classes at lunchtime and stuff like that to go give my speech to a teacher. Because my very first big speech we had to do, I got in front of the class, said a few sentences, and had an anxiety attack. In front of everybody, I ran out of the room crying and ran to the bathroom. So, yeah. College, freshman year was a little bit easier because I didn't know anybody. I knew one person in that class, and it was a friend of mine, so I wasn't, like, nervous. And he would help me out, so thank you, Jordan. He would help me out with speeches and stuff like that, and yeah. So, that wasn't that bad. I'm trying to think of other things, like how it affects me daily. Okay, I work at a daycare. Anytime I get called to the office, like to talk to my boss, I freak out. Every time. I always walk in there to make myself feel better. I'm like, okay, why am I in trouble this time? Just to kind of, like, comic relief almost, but, like, even though it's not funny to get in trouble, that's what I do it for. And it kind of will pre-warn me, like, if she's like, just sit down, or if she's like, you're not in trouble, it kind of gives me a heads up of, like, what's coming up, if that makes sense. The daycare, I've had plenty of anxiety attacks there. When state comes, so we had state come not too long ago, and I literally just, the whole time was just shaking. I couldn't even sing a song with the kids. We were singing that there was a farmer who had a dog, da-da-da, and I literally lost my breath with singing a few words, and I had to keep, like, to sing. And another time, they had came, and a joke was saying, hey, she wants to talk to me individually in the office, like, just me and this state lady. In front of all the kids, I started hyperventilating and crying and shaking, and the kids were like, are you okay, are you okay? And, yeah. Attention, I don't like attention being on me. I don't like the pressure. Like, my face is getting red just thinking about that. But I don't like the everything on me. And, when I have anxiety attacks, I literally just start hyperventilating. Like, I lose my breath. I can't breathe. My whole body starts shaking. I start crying. I feel like I'm about to pass out. It is so not fun. I was very stubborn growing up. Always have been, still am. But about a month ago, I decided, I always told myself I was not going to get on medicine. I was going to fight it by myself. I could do this, you know. I was like, I'm strong, I'm a girl, we can got this, cool. About a month ago, I decided, you know what, no, I can't do this alone. I went to the doctor and got put on some medicine, and it has literally changed my life. I've only had it for a month, and you know what happened today? Not so long ago, I made a very important phone call, which one thing I don't like to do that, as I just said. And today was the day for that appointment. What kind of appointment do you ask? Well, you see, your girl got her license. I'm telling you, this medicine has changed my life. And you just have to realize, like, there's a point when you realize you do not want this to eat you. Do not let this take over your life. Fight it. Whether you need help, whether you need to see a therapist, whether you need medicine, whether you need both. I needed both, obviously. And I still fight for anxiety. I don't think it's ever going to go away. Like taking that test today, I was so nervous. The guy ended up being super nice though and very helpful. He was talking me through things, and just don't be embarrassed by it, I guess you can say. Like, I told my speech teacher, I was like, listen, I have anxiety, and I was like, I will have an anxiety attack in front of everybody. I was like, I really don't want to, so... And she was like, well, if you ever feel like that, just kind of give me a signal and I'll let you sit down. And I was like, okay, thank you. So it was like, don't be afraid to tell people. Like, it's not anything for you to be embarrassed about. Honestly, for a while, I was embarrassed that I was, 18, 19, 21 years old and didn't have a license. But I was like, it's a valid excuse. If someone makes fun of you for not having your license or not having something because of your anxiety, tell them to kiss your ass, honestly. Because it's a serious thing. Some people will never understand it. They won't. And good for them. They don't have to experience it. But never let someone talk down on you because of it. One thing I hate more than anything is hearing the words, you just need to grow up. My anxiety does not stop me from growing up. It makes me feel unsafe. It makes me feel, don't try because then this will happen. Or you always see those things where it's like when you overthink a text and it wasn't even that bad, or like you send a text and it's not even bad but you're sitting there overthinking it. That's anxiety with everything you do. There's times where I will leave the house and realize, oh did I lock the door? Earlier today, I have a perfect example. Today, whenever we left to go to work and we went to take the test, I had to lock this door. I had to lock the door and leave, and then I couldn't find my key, and I was like, oh crap, what if I drop my key and someone picks it up and breaks into our house? That was on the back of my mind. So yes, it's not, no medicine is ever going to stop anxiety, like, completely, but it helps. You just have to learn to fight it. So if there's something that anxiety is holding you back on, fight it and just go for it. Honestly, if I was to fail my test today, I was not going to be mad. I was going to be proud of myself for even calling to make the appointment and for even showing up, honestly, for getting behind the wheel with the stranger. That was what I was more nervous about than the driving at this point, was having this random cop guy in my car. So I really hope this video was helpful for somebody, or just good to listen to kind of get to know me a little bit better and how my brain works. I am so sorry for slacking on YouTube. I've had a lot of this going on, but this was step 1 of my 2019 journey, and I hope there is many more accomplishments to come. So subscribe if you are interested on what this year is going to bring. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye, guys.